Hello future engineers, here is another video in plane and solid analytic geometry, and this is a very important problem, a very important theorem in plane and analytic geometry. This is about orthogonal circles. So here is the problem. Two circles, C sub 1, x squared plus y squared plus d sub 1x plus e sub 1y plus f1 equals 0, and circle 2, x squared plus y squared d sub 2x plus e sub 2y plus f2 equals 0 are said to be orthogonal if they intersect at right angles. That is, if the tangents to their points of intersection are perpendicular. So we have to, in this video, derive the relationship of the parameters D, E, and F for orthogonal circles. So remember that these represent circles, and if you go back to engineering review materials playlist, my playlist in engineering review materials, I derived the formula for the diameter, the location of the center for the shortcut when the coefficients of the second degree terms are 1, like in this representation of two circles here. The coordinates of the center, remember, is we simply multiply negative 1 half to coefficient of x. So for circle 1, negative 1 half of d1, comma, negative 1 half of e1, the coordinates of the center of circle 1. Likewise, for circle 2, the coordinates of the center are negative 1 half of d sub 2, negative 1 half of e sub 2. And I also derived the diameter of the circle in the playlist equal to square root of coefficient of x squared, in general d squared, square root of quantity d squared, plus e squared minus 4 times the constant. That's the diameter of the circle. So to demonstrate, let's have these two orthogonal circles. Circle 1, the orange one, and the blue one is circle 2. So this is the there are 2 points of intersection. Then at one point of intersection, the tangent to the smaller circle passes through the center of the other, because the two tangents must be perpendicular to each other, and the tangent lines are perpendicular to the radial lines also. So for the tangent to the small circle at the point of intersection, it passes through the center of the bigger one, and the tangent at the point of intersection to the bigger circle, it passes also to the center of the smaller circle. So same is true with this point of intersection. So the tangents are perpendicular. That's why they are orthogonal. So we will call the center of small circle as C sub n1 with coordinates negative d1 over 2, comma, negative e1 over 2. This center is at negative d sub 2 over 2, comma, negative e sub 2 over 2. So the distance between them, we denote that by uh, d sub cn1, cn2. So the radius of the smaller circle, let's call that r1, the bigger circle r sub 2. And since they are perpendicular, the radii are also perpendicular, then we can form a right triangle with the hypotenuse equal to the line segment joining the centers of the two orthogonal circles. So we denote this as d sub c1, c sub d sub cn1, c sub n2. and we apply Pythagoras theorem, r1 square plus r2 square equals distance cn1 cn2 square. So that's our first equation. And recall that I derived the diameter of circle in terms of these coefficients here. If you can recall from the playlist Aging Review Materials, 2r equals square root of d sub d square plus e square minus 4 times the constant. Therefore, r1 is 1 half square root of d sub 1 square plus e sub 1 square minus 4 f1, and r sub 2 is 1 half square root of d sub 2 square plus e sub 2 square minus 4 times f2. Substitute into this equation, and the distance between centers 1 and 2 is negative d sub 2 minus negative d sub 2 over 2 minus quantity negative d sub 1 over 2 square plus quantity negative e sub 2 over 2 minus negative e sub 1 over 2 quantity square. Distance formula, distance between 2 points. So substitute 1 half of square root of d sub 1 square plus e sub 1 square minus 4 f1 quantity square plus 1 half square root of d sub 2 square plus e sub 2 square minus 4 times f sub 2 square quantity square is equal to negative d sub 2 over 2 minus quantity negative d sub 1 over 2 square plus quantity negative e sub 2 over 2 minus negative e sub 1 over 2 quantity square. So this is 1/4. We remove the radical sign. 1/4 of quantity d sub 1 square plus e sub 1 square minus 4 f1 plus 1/4 of quantity d sub 2 square plus e sub 2 square minus 4 times f2 equals d sub 1 minus d sub 2 over 2 quantity square plus e sub 1 minus e sub 2 over 2 quantity square. So we just copy the left side first, then the right side is equal to 1/4 of, we expand quantity d sub 1 minus d sub 2 square. So 1/4 of quantity d sub 1 square minus 2 d1 d2 plus d sub 2 square plus 1/4 of quantity e sub 1 square minus 2 e1 e sub 2 plus e sub 2 square. Since 1/4 is common to the two terms in the left side and the two terms in the right side, we cancel 1/4 and copy d sub 1 square plus e sub 1 square minus 4f1 plus d sub 2 square plus e sub 2 square minus 4f2 equals d sub 1 square minus 2d1 d2 plus d sub 2 square plus d e1 square minus 2e1 e2 plus e sub 2 square. So we cancel d1 square, we cancel d sub 2 square, e sub 1 square also, then d sub 2 square, as well as e sub 2 square. And then we transpose negative 2d1 d2 and negative 2e1 e2 to the left. Then we transpose negative 4f1, negative 4f2 to the right, factoring out 4. So we have 2d1 d sub 2 plus 2e1 e sub 2 equals 4 times quantity f1 plus f2. Finally, we divide everything by 2, so the relationship among the parameters for two orthogonal circles would now be obvious. So it is d sub 1 d sub 2 plus e sub 1 e sub 2 equals 2 times quantity f1 plus f2. So that you can easily remember this. We remember this by statement that the sum of the product of the coefficients of x and y is equal to twice the sum of the constants of the circle. So that's it. Now, in a case where another circle, third circle, is orthogonal to these first two orthogonal circles, then the center of that third circle must be lying on the radical axis of these two circles. Since the two circles are intersecting, the radical axis is the common chord, remember? So that's the common chord, and if we have a third circle which is orthogonal to these two circles here, the center of that third circle must be lying on the radical axis. So to demonstrate one, let us say this is the third circle, and we locate the center here, which lies here, and form right triangle with the points of intersection. So I'll just consider these 2 points of intersections. So this is the first point of intersection, the center of this red dashed circle, third circle, which is orthogonal to this circle 2. The center is here on the radical axis, and this is 90 degrees. So that's the radius of the third circle, radius of circle 2. Likewise, for this third circle, which is orthogonal to circle 1, so the center is still there, that's 90 degrees. One point of intersection. This is the other point of intersection, and this is also the other point of intersection. So that would be enough. So that's it for this video.